going to try and go through these questions and comments. I think there's 20 something of them, and try to get through them all real quick. Um, my back's killing me, and so forgive me if I'm short and crabby. Old, short, and crabby. Um, I got to stand to do these too here, so I can't sit at the moment. I'm just complaining, I know. Forgive me, I sent you over the wrong site plan. That was an earlier version. I had some of these things already on this site plan. And I hadn't corrected where the number threes and twos and fours were supposed to go on all of it. So I think I had threes listed up here. The three is the pickleball court, and here you can see this is even messed up. Three. Oh, let's see. It's because I'm on the house site plan. It's going to take it a minute. Oh, good grief, this thing. Just do what I tell you, dang it. And it's an existing pickleball court. I'll get to that question here in a minute. Let's see your first one, power plans. That back area, okay, oh, that's no big deal. The way I drew it, I figured that'd be a dining area. In a dining area, typically you need more lighting, any kind of a workspace or that kind of thing, and you have the option of a fan light there also too. So, but I'll just make those all the same. Let's see, uniform. Should we show the pickleball court as existing? And yes, I did. I showed it as existing. I showed it with a 30 by 60 square feet, and that's up in here. I think that's on your set, 30 by 60. The number one is the house and the patio covers. 2 is the driveways and walks, and 2 breaks down between asphalt and concrete. 5 is the pavers. So we've got house, driveways and walks, pickleball court, garage, and then here's your pavers. So we've got that on there. Included plans. Pickleball court's 30 by 60. I think that's what you told me. That's what that is. This thing is ticking me off. Man, I'm crabby. That is 2811 by 60. We'll make it 30 here. Just okay. Should we relocate the gas tank? I'm going by your permitted grading plan. Let's see if I can find that real quick here. I think this is it. This is no. This is your bid set. And I didn't have a copy of a site plan in the bid set. I didn't have anything to go by other than what you sent me. And you sent me the grading plans, which I went by. The grading plans show that over here, and I'm just trying to stay as close as I can to the grading plans, because the more we change it, the more the chance that they're going to make us redo these grading plans. And I've noticed these were done by Sowards and Brown, great engineering company, been around forever, done at the end of 2019. They've changed some stuff since then, the county has. And we may be redoing this anyway. Hate to say it, but just to prepare you for it, just in case. Here's his excavation notes. That I have to put those on my site plan. I will. I haven't done that yet. Like I said, this is just a bid set, so it's not ready to submit. Your disturbed areas, I come up with a lot less than they did. They've got 2.47 feet. Square feet, and I come up with, where am I here? I'm not feet, acres. I mean, I've got 1.93 acres. So I think that but neither one of us are including the leach field. And it might not be a bad idea to just go ahead, if you've got a permit for this, go ahead and put this in and do it separately. If you can get this Well, you can't really at 93. I was going to say, if you can get this under an acre of disturbed uh, land, you're not going to be able to, though, with all this. It's just no way. You don't have to do a major grading plan, and that gets you out of. It actually becomes a state uh, permitted grading plan these days if you're over an acre, and I don't see how you can get it under an acre of disturbed land. Just too much going on. Uh, but if we include this, that's going to make it even more disturbed area. I'm not including that. Um, it might be a good idea to finish this out if we could. I'm not sure what DEH would say about that. I think that they need house plans. You could talk to them about that. Because this isn't going to affect anything you do over here. This you get an approved septic system, and it really improves the value of the property also. Let's see, back to your stuff here. Should we really? Okay, so should we relocate the? Oh gosh, what did I just do? Should we can relocate it if you want to where it is. We can stick it over here. That's where I think you said that it was. It's just one more change from the existing grading plans. Um, Let me know what you want to do on that. The surface labeled 3. Yeah, I screwed that up. It's the pickleball court. I had them over here. That was, like I said, an earlier version. I'll send you this one over here along with this video. We have 29,018 square feet of non-permeable approved in the grading plan. We do. I saw that in the. Now, if you've got I've got this. This is an older. If you've got something more current than this 2019 set of grading plans, I need to see those. But going by it mentions that number also. I've got in this 21,000, so there's 8,000 feet different here. Well, 7,000 somewhat different. 21,839.1, and if you're going to add a tennis court, which is 7,200, just a hair over what the grading plans are calling for. Like 10, what is it, 10, 12, 13 feet or something like that. So I can fudge this to make that work if you want. That's reduce that number to where we don't go over the 29,000, whatever the number was. So we're close on that. The width of the driveway is 18 feet. That's what it is on that approved grading plan that I have. The easement down here is 20 feet. Shows that 20-foot road. And I don't have to get real detailed on it. This is mainly the building plans. I know the fire department does look at that, so they'll want to see that. But I don't have to show everything that the grading plans. I don't have to show the drainage and all that. So that might be a good thing. But I think they're going to make us change it. Usually a grading plan, when it's finished, is a legal document. And so they want these things as close as possible. And we'll see what they say. But again, just preparing you. Grading plan requires a machine. Yes, I've got this. This is this 2AC. Is what this is up here. 2AC is asphalt. Shows asphalt 6-foot class 2 AG base, 6-inch. Yeah, it could be 4 inches. Typically, if you want that 72,000 or 75,000 lb rating, unless you got really good dirt up there, which you might, you go with a 6-inch base. You could go with a 4 if it's good dirt underneath it. Then the engineers will make you, do what's ever required for that. So yeah, I'm taking this AC all the way up to this gate, and then I'm changing it from there to concrete. Going up this slope, concrete. I'm showing all concrete. You mentioned DG, my plans, none of the plans that I had mentioned DG, so that's what I went with, but I can change that. Uh, with the driveway, grading plan, machine curb, I believe. Which needs to be, yeah, we showed that. Grading plan requires machine curb. Asphalt, most economical, I agree. Asphalt's the best way to put that curb in there. I don't have to show the curb. That keystone wall is where you were making this transition to a hard. Um, if this is the fire turnaround, it's got to be something like AC or concrete. I mean, they might let you do DG, depending on the fire department. But the Carlsbad Fire Department, that fire department up in that area is pretty picky, from what I've heard. So I think you're going to have to go some type of concrete paver in this area. You can go DG over here. That's not an issue. I don't like DG on a nice house because it's a maintenance thing. It rains and stuff, and even though it's compacted and all that, after a while it erodes and turns into a mess. But it's your house. Like I said, I'm crabby with the modern exterior. I don't know if I like the pavers. Now the pavers, what he's doing here, maybe I'll answer a couple of questions with this. Even your previous architect, let's see if I've got that handy. Here we go. Your previous architect, he's got these radiuses in here. And then he's got these radiuses with the pool. It's not shown in this one. This is the thing that you just sent over to me. And it's the first time I've seen this one. I think, I might have had a reduced one of these. I didn't have all those side notes that I'm aware of. He's breaking up all the hard lines with these curves and introducing other materials. The pool back here, you've got all these real nice curves in here, and he's creating contrast with that. Here's one. This is better. You see the curves, the circles that he's putting here. He's got all these squares, all these hard edges, but then he mixes in these nice radiuses, the pool, this whole thing right here. That's all, these radiuses and curves. He goes back to a little bit of hard edges in here, but then he's got the round again. And it's the same principle that he's doing here. Let's pull this up again. I think I got it handy here. Yeah, it's the same principle as the vertical and the horizontal elements. It's the exact same thing. It's creating contrast. This thing finally catches up here. Computer's struggling. Okay, well, anyway, that's what all this stuff is about in here, these curves and all that, and then the driveway is the curves. You got all this hard edge stuff, very industrial looking, and he's softening it by doing this stuff, and he's creating a contrast that really, I think really makes it look great. Now, I think he's cheating in a few things. He's trying to create privacy by throwing walls in here. I don't know if you were going to do that or not, but it's kind of cheating. The way I did it was in the design itself. I created the privacy, and I'm not disparaging his work. I think he's done beautiful work here, but I think the walls are cheating. Anyway, let's get back to the questions, or I'll be talking forever here. Let's see. Modern architecture. I don't think the pavers. I just disagree with you on that. I think the pavers, just like the round edges, the radiuses and all that stuff, I think it adds contrast and softens the hard edges and really adds interest. Like I said, I've had a bunch of reviews by architects and draftsmen on that Facebook site that I think I got 80 something comments that this is just beautiful. I think that I would go this way all the way, but it's up to you. And then on that grading plan here, let's just go over to the site plan. On the site plan, I list out what the requirements are for the permeable interlocking mortarless brick, the pavers. I have to meet these two things is all. And most of the supply houses know what that is. So they'll give you brochures or ideas on what you can use that meet those requirements. And they're not cheap. No, they're expensive. Pouring concrete's cheaper. Uh, but that looks going to be fantastic. I didn't, in my 3D, I didn't add all this stuff down there. But anyway, I think that that's the way to go, but that's my opinion. I'm not paying for it. Where are we? Hammerhead. I do have a hammerhead in here. Here's the hammerhead. It's shown on the one I sent over even. It's on there. It's probably too light, but there's a hammerhead there. It's not the same direction as the hammerhead he had because we changed stuff, but there's the hammerhead. And this circle is 24 feet. So if I change this a little bit, we could just get a 24-foot turnaround in there. I think they'd rather have the hammerhead. But it's there. How big's the circle? Yeah, that's 24 feet. Very close to it. I can just change that if you want to do that. Some real value in placing the propane tank at the top level, trenching across the drain. We talked about the propane tank already. If you want to move it, I will. Just notice the decks, fireplace, the master bedroom, outside bath. I think that everything should be squared off except for the associated with the pool. Like I said, I disagree with you. I'm sorry. You want it square, I'll make it square. And just as long as the footages match, that's fine. I think that the round creates the contrast that you're looking for in this. Softens all that. And then someplace I think you mentioned you didn't like these. That's fine. This can be, and actually the way I did in the structural plans, this is a plastered beam because in one area we have to sandwich these beams to make them work. So we cover that all up with plaster, and then you can use the manufactured beams that aren't listed for the exterior if you cover them, and they're a lot less expensive. So, and then I think there was some mention about you didn't like this area or this area covered. And once again, I gotta fight for the design here. It creates shade, it creates privacy. The master coming out here on a nice crisp autumn night with a glass of wine. The missus kick on the fireplace for some warmth, and you've got this view of the pool. You've got this little private area. I'd kill for this. I just think this is Shangri-La here. So, and now as far as the covering over this guest room, yeah, okay, we can take it or leave it. But I think that it really adds to the design. Here, let's get rid of it real quick. I'll leave those lights hanging there. You can do that if you want. The way I created the privacy for the guest room too is by setting it back here. It creates its own private area, and when you put that all back in there, take me a minute, there we go. I think that's pretty sweet, especially when you do all this stuff. It gives this a little private area that just takes in this direction, covers that. The thing with the guest room here too is, they don't have to go through the main house to get to it. They can just access it through here. If I was a guest, I'd never leave. That's up to you. You want to get rid of that. You're not spending that much money to do that right there, I don't think, not in the grand scope of things. And for some reason, my engineer he didn't have enough shear going through here, so he's trying to use this column as part of the shear of this line in the structural plans. So if we get rid of that, he'll have to do something else. I think he just add another steel column in here. They're not columns, they're the hardy frames. Not anything like the steel stuff that your previous guy was using. He went nuts. If I have any say in it, I vote for this to stay, and we'd make this, to match the others in case that in stucco back going quick, and then we can stucco the face of this. That even makes that easier to do. And I won't have these sticking by. To be honest, I don't like the pictures you sent me. I think that's ugly as sin. I think it needs the overhangs on it, but the beams could be flush or even set back a little bit. This would be a big stuccoed beam underneath there, similar to what you've got, but we're not chopping the covering off right at the wall line or right at this line. I think it requires some cantilever there for it to look right. And we could do the same thing here. Instead of a beam poking out there, I'll make it flush and encase it in stucco. I think it'll look good. Okay, what else, Brian? Oh, geez, going on forever here. The deck dimensions. The overall from here to here, from there to there, this is 20 foot by 57, I believe. Here, let's just go floor plan real quick. And 52 to this point here, and 52 to there. But then when you calculate in the overhangs, it's about 57. A little more because there's an overhang over in here. It's about 60, somewhere close to 60. Here, let's just do this. Come on, Mike. It is 57.7 by 20 feet. That's the outside. Now, if you want these dimensions inside here, we'll go to center. Well, here we'll go just this opening area here. This well, it should tell you on your plans too. 24 here, 16 there. In between these, from here to here, it's 14 foot there. It's 14.2. 14.2. And if you wanted to just do the overall from column to column here, 45 feet. It's a big area. Okay. Okay, then we did that one. Did you get my note about losing the patio covers over the left side? Like I said, I disagree. But if you want to lose it, I'll lose it. On the site plan, it looks like a hardscape from the front, smaller bedrooms. Yeah, I've got hardscape out in here. You got to have some kind of hardscape in front of the doors. You can't, Mayor, let's go back to the site plan. You can't have a doorway without some type of hardscaped surface in front of it. So it's a minimum of 3x3. Concrete's typical, but it could be something else as long as it's permanent. And you're going to want something in front of the garage door. You don't want just DG leading up and rolling in the garage door. You bring sand every time you park in there. And I'd recommend, I think it's a 3 foot minimum. I'd recommend like 6 foot or so if you're going to go DG out here. This area, in front of each door, you have to have some type of concrete stoop, some type of permanent stoop, 3x3 minimum at the door area. Now these are sliders, so that makes that whole opening has to have at least a 3 foot deep by the opening of some type of hard scaped surface going out of those, and there has to be a certain height compared to the door threshold and all that. So let's go to I think you wanted to see a 3D of that. That's So what this would look like. I'm showing it all the way across here. This would all be hardscaped eventually. But in the plan, I'm cutting it and bringing it out straight across here with a little planter here. So it's coming out over, coming over to here. So this creates a walk into the guest room and into these bedrooms. Let's go back to your questions. 16. On the walk around, I like to see DG rather than concrete. You can do DG there. Yep, that's the DG is not cheap. You got to concrete's more expensive usually, but you've got to put it in and roll it. You have to form it somehow. And what happens after a while? It just kind of fades off into the landscape. I think you ignored the drainage plan. Yeah, we're going to ignore the drainage plan. Like I said, I think they're going to make us change the grading plans. But if that, I think what we do is submit these and just refer to that grading plan and see what they say. Electrical plans going to storage room. That storage room, yes, I like that idea too. I did that actually when I was doing the the what, Mike? When I was doing the power plans. No, yeah, it's too big. Yeah, get rid of that. But I like the idea of a door in here and be able to use that. And I don't know, you can make it a secret door. If it's swung this way and out, well, you couldn't do it that way. No, you couldn't. That would be tough to make it a secret door. But anyway, I tried to use the space behind there, and also you're accessing the back of the machine if you needed to. I'll put a door in there though. I like that on the power plans. Electrical plan. I planned the lower part of the driveway. Let's put a gate. That's fine. Your grading plans show it here. That's what was approved. I don't see one on your plans over here. It'd be back here. That'd be a nice addition. I think though that you have to add some kind of a turnaround here in case they come up and they're not coming in. I think. I know you've got a DG. I know you got a DG area over here. My sound just went out, my microphone. I think you have to do, and a turnout over here. I think you have to do a turnout down here too if you want to do that. Not sure, but that's fire department thing. Okay, I think I got most of those questions. You got any questions, give me a holler. And like I said, I'm flat on my back here, so when I'm working off the laptop, I'm on the main computer right now, standing up. I can make those changes, whatever you want. If there's any other questions, give me a holler. Thanks.